One day the light in my candy fridge started strobing out, so thinking I just need to get a new bulb, I disconnected the power going to the fridge, and then I unscrewed the fixing holding the light bulb inside and slid it back, and this is where I found, unfortunately, it's actually a circuit board, so not something I'm easily going to be able to find at my local hardware shop. That meant I needed to get it out to see what the part number was, and then checking online I could see what that would cost and work out what to do. It's also best to disconnect or remove a faulty light like this when it's part of a circuit board to reduce the chance of it burning out, which could break other things, create smoke, or start a fire. Getting out was a bit of a faff. The part number, it said W27-82, and at the time, earlier this year, when I looked that up on, I think, Candy's website, it said the price was around £60. Now, with this being a small, old fridge, I doubt anyone would pay that for the whole fridge, and I certainly wasn't going to pay that much for a little light bulb. That just seems like a complete rip-off and planned obsolescence to me. So the first thing I did was to investigate whether the board was repairable. I found a good video on YouTube for a very similar board where the guy simply bridged one of the LEDs, apparently a common fault with the board he was using. So after running some tests with a multimeter to see if everything like resistors and stuff looked good as far as I could tell, I then proceeded to try this repair attempt and bridge the LED. First, by using some wire to join the little tiny solder contacts on the board. Before I try and get this in the clip, I'm just going to plug it in there, turn the fridge on and see if it works. Well, it ain't working. But after testing, when that didn't work, I thought maybe one of the contacts was so small it wasn't bridged properly. So I basically soldered over the whole LED. However, on testing this again, it was still strobing, and I wasn't sure that any more time invested in trying to repair the board would be worth it, given that I'm just not that knowledgeable about circuit boards. And while I can test some basic things like resistors, if the fault was something else, I wasn't sure that I'd pick that up. Plus, I don't think some of the parts would be replaceable by hand, as they didn't look like they'd been hand soldered. They're very small with like sort of small heat gun contacts, if that makes sense. So with that in mind, I decided to look elsewhere for the cheapest possible board, and that's when I went to Aliexpress. As I mentioned, this board is the W27-82, and the video of the repair I'd watched, the guy had the 39 version, I think. And on Aliexpress, this 39 version was everywhere. Well, I could only find one seller selling the 82 model, and it was like double the price.
So, a few weeks later, here's my broken board. I did try and order a 82 version there, but the order got cancelled, so I've ordered this, the 39 version, which everyone says is rubbish and it will break.
First thing to note is while the board is essentially the same size and very similar design visually with the components, there are a couple minor differences, but the main one is that the connector is not the same. So to get this connected to my fridge, I needed to replace it with the original connector on the faulty board. Now, it wasn't simply a case of being able to take this off and put it on the new one, because it's a two-part connector where half of it is the crimped pins basically inside that are joined to the wire. So you either need to take those off and re-crimp them to the new one or desolder the wire from the board. I decided to just cut the wires and then splice them together. So splicing red to red and black to black. I did this by stripping them back at the cut and then tinning them and soldering them together. And that's not always a good idea with certain voltages. But anyway, I covered the exposed wire with PTFE tape and heat shrink to keep them fully insulated from each other.
And there it is, all clipped in. Let's see if it works.
Firstly, I turned the fridge off and then I plugged in the light, turned the fridge back on and seeing if it would light up. As it seemed to work just fine, I turned the fridge back off to secure it in place and get all the fixings back in. I then turned the fridge back on and everything seems to be working just great. Until about an hour later or so, when the light started being very dim and were flickering a bit. So I went back on Aliexpress and ordered the 82 version.
Alright, so we have a new board, a new W27-82. This is again a Chinese one. So we compare it to the original one in the fridge. You can see they look the same, apart from that repair I did. The capacitor looks a bit different, that one. I've just noticed as well, that says SW7 and this says SW8.
So when I got this new 82 version in the post, I just decided to boldly install it, put all the fixings in without testing it out. And after all that effort, yes, it didn't even light up. It was dead.
Why isn't it on?
And by this time I was pretty annoyed because all the time spent faffing about with modifications and fittings was getting to be a bit not worth it. So I was prepared at this point to just live with the fridge without a light, as I had for the month or so waiting on these Chinesian parts to arrive. But then my fridge posed a new problem. Also, it has this issue now with draining, which can be caused by mold buildup in there. So you're supposed to use something to clear the blockage. But the first time I tried it, this worked. And now it doesn't. So the new solution is this. So yes, I caved and got a new fridge, and of course it's not made by Candy. It's a big upgrade in terms of size and looks, and for our growing family, this extra space was really needed. However, if you're this far in the video and you just want to sort out the light on your Candy fridge, then based on my experience, here's what I'd do. Either buy a genuine part, which still seems like a big rip-off, but it might be the best option for you. Or if you're feeling a bit more adventurous and want to try your own luck on a bodge, you could either watch the tutorial I did trying to repair the board with the bridge technique, and I'll link to that below in the description if you want to check that out. Or maybe you could try retrofitting an old fridge light bulb socket. But of course, if you do choose that latter option, only do so if you really know what you're doing, as messing around willy-nilly without knowing the voltages you've got versus what you need can be a very bad idea. Still, if you found this video helpful, drop a like and comment. And for more how-to videos, subscribe.